Hi, I'm Russell Simmons.
Hi, this is Hillary Rosen.
I'm Simone Reyes.
Hi, I'm Joan Gary.
I'm Sharon Isbin.
Hi, I'm Kate Clinton, and welcome to a really big night.
Tonight we're going to see the final episode of The L Word.
I'm crying, I'm sad, I'm angry.
We're saying goodbye.
What are we going to do?
I'm frustrated, I'm devastated, I'm heartbroken. I'm just overwhelmed. This is a momentous occasion where this series we've loved and embraced for so many years is actually really completely, unbelievably, horrifyingly over.
Let's look back at 6 seasons of the wonderful things that we loved, characters we loved and hated.
Check it out. Scenes you've never seen before, footage you've never seen before,
Ready?
a rapper you've never seen before.
We're going to hear from people who have interesting things to say about their experiences with the L Word. The cast is going to talk to us.
We're going to reflect on the last 6 years, which have been really so exciting in our lives.
It's going to be a great night of memories.
Hope you enjoy it.
It's always incredible when you think about how a show comes together. It's just a seed of a thought or a spark of an idea in a person or a few people's minds. I wonder what would happen if...
Let's make a baby.
Well, I wonder if this would work.
So you're looking for a roommate?
Yeah.
We should talk.
And then it grows and it snowballs and more people come involved and they add more and more to the mix. And before you know it, I love you.
I love you.
The L Word, it's now part of the lexicon. And that all comes from just a little seed of a germ of a thought.
In the long walk down memory lane, whose memories are recalled?
This show, hands down, has changed my life.
Things that happened to us?
It's bittersweet. It's really, really bittersweet to say goodbye.
Or things that happened to others?
Something had been created that superseded any kind of preconceived design.
Or things that never even happened at all?
I didn't leave you, okay?
Not in real life, anyway.
In a society that everybody's been reflected on TV, you've been watching TV since you're a little kid, and you've almost never seen yourself, and then all of a sudden there's like a TV show that reflects you. I think for our society, it's a really powerful thing.
Something strange happened with the L Word. The show not only broke ground, it broke into a place of collective belonging, where memories remain with all who keep them.
Eileen told me that they wrapped sound in stage 1 yesterday. That was it. No more Planet, no more Bettina, no more Jenny Shea.
I'm not about to say goodbye to the L Word. I never, in my wildest dreams, imagined that this could happen.
I love every moment of it.
My view of the world expanded.
I've never been with this amount of people for this amount of time since elementary school.
I feel like these are my elementary school friends because it's been this many years.
That's awesome! The chart. I was wondering where it was. Oh my God, wow.
Oh, wow.
That's so cool.
This is the chart, and anybody can make this chart at home.
Let's see. Hold on.
Start with your name or a friend's name.
I think I slept with everyone here, so. In my real life, of course.
Shane, Alice, Poppy. T is for Tasha.
So we have character names, but then occasionally,
Where am I?
we'll have real couples.
Yeah, Nina and I are here, but this is my best friend, and at the time she was dating, which, wow, that really ages the show.
Myself and Shireen.
Oh, come on. Rose didn't only sleep with one person, and Shireen definitely didn't only sleep with one person. Okay.
Anyone can play this game. It's really quite frightening.
Behold the chart, an atlas of highways connecting all kinds of love, some long-lasting, some lasting only the night.
I don't like sleepovers.
They are loves that made us gasp, and smile, and sometimes even cringe.
Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe we should just be friends or something. Yeah.
No matter, each one can be seen as an accomplishment. The first lesbian kiss on TV happened in 1991 on LA Law, but seemed more like the kiss of death for advertisers. While the big screen was slightly more generous to gay characters, same-sex love had not fared well on the small one. Lesbians on TV served more to titillate than to illustrate. So how did the L Word make a place for itself?
Why is it so important for you to believe that everyone is sleeping with everyone else? Because they are.
Maybe because it unapologetically went all the way.
Bet. Oh, we have to start with Bet. Lisa, my lesbian man, I think was my first
twink.
lover. Okay, then Lisa.
Winnie,
Dana.
Isabella, Dylan,
Tara.
Oh,
There was Lacey,
Ralph.
Tammy. There was a girl, a sweet girl with the curly hair with a boat.
Oh, really? That was 5th season.
I can keep going. Are you serious?
The L Word took the unique anthropology of women who love women and put it on a map.
So here's the story of the chart. I can't believe you've never heard this story before. In the very first writer's room, we came up with this idea of the interconnectivity.
Okay, name names.
There were these big dry erase boards in our offices, so we started drawing the chart on the dry erase board. Basically, we were trying to figure out like who had slept with who and how we were linked, basically.
It's such a trademark of the lesbian community, and I don't really know why that almost every good friend you have is someone you've slept with in the past, or if you haven't, they're probably going to be someone you sleep with later, or someone you've had a crush on.
That is how many people it takes to link you to me.
I think it's the result of having such a small community.
It's like this whole crazy, tiny little world.
Crazy, yes, but not tiny.
It's a visual cue to the complexity of the relationships.
I was pretty confident that I would be out, They wouldn't be able to put me on their chart. But I came back from lunch one day with about 4 strokes. I got myself on the chart, and then we just started adding to it.
This thing is growing. People are adding names, and it's like growing exponentially.
That's great, Alice. I love the sound of that one.
It wasn't initially Alice's. The chart belonged to Kit in the original iteration of Earthlings.
I already had Lisa and Nina, and I was adding their best friends, Elaine and Maddie, when Elaine started hitting on Nina.
My character was the captain, and she was a different group of the core group.
The sea captain.
So I see the sea captain brought her camera.
Yep, she's had it surgically implanted in her eye socket. They dressed her like a rodeo clown.
With her little black hat and her crazy tattoo with a chart on her back.
She was an artist, a photographer, and a historian of the group and the community, and everything that was going on was being tattooed on her back. For the last 25 years, I have been documenting my Thai community.
Ooh, yo, Shang, girl, what's up?
I thought it was a science fiction show. Within like the first page, I was like, oh, that's not science fiction.
I remember liking the title Earthlings. Isn't that nerdy of me?
We become victorious when we position ourselves to write our own history, a document to prove I exist.
I remember calling her up and saying, okay, Pam, I have good news and bad news, or maybe it's good news and good news. The show's got picked up, we're going to series, and Kit is someone completely different to who you played.
I would have had to spend 3 hours every morning having names, 100 names tattooed all over me.
Once that got scrapped, I started doing the mini chart thing. I was like, oh, I wonder if that's going to be the tattoo come to life.
But even in 2002, attempting to draw a television universe orbited entirely by lesbians was a risk, when even gay pioneers seemed to blaze trails straight to a dead end. Really, who would want to play gay?
Well, is it a no-no to play gay in Hollywood?
I will never forget the phone call that I got from the president of the network. We're going to shoot the Earthlings pilot. We're going to cast it with the best actresses for the roles. We want you to know you are not under any obligation to get any big stars, because we just know that you're not going to. We did Queer as Folk. We couldn't get any name actors to play these parts. The minute Jennifer said yes, anybody else was obliterated.
I just was really grateful that I had found such a wonderful part, someone that was so complex to play.
Laurel's process was a little bit different because Jennifer was in place. It was really like getting a short list and then having, the 2 actors meet and see how their chemistry was.
I had both my dogs with me, and who are ferociously protective. I said, Laurel, there's these 2 dogs in here, just ignore them. They'll go lie down, everything will be fine. So she came in, she totally ignored them, everything was fine.
Her dogs like me. I remember that.
And then the other woman came in, and I did the same thing. I said, there are 2 dogs in here, blah, blah, blah. And she came in the trailer, and she said, I was like, oh, Lord have mercy.
I was about to get married. I was actually very close to getting married. And we just talked about our wedding dresses and what we wore.
While casting the beloved Bet and Tina fell relatively easily into place, other roles put the network execs and the women behind the series head-to-head.
Erin Daniels was someone that I really thought would be a really great Dana.
Do you have to dress like that all the time? I mean, every single thing about the way you're dressed, screams dyke.
They thought she was too butchy.
I was just tired of auditioning for the bimbo. It was so refreshing to read something that was smart.
She went in there like 3 times, I think, and we're just like, really, it's right.
Most fans of the show will look at this character and this actress and say, oh, come on, nobody else ever in a million years could have played this part.
You ever notice that every time Shane walks into the room, someone makes crying?
We were trying to cast Shane, and I was getting discouraged because there was nobody who just remotely evoked Shane-ness.
Shane?
Yeah. Hey. And then all of a sudden this girl appears on screen. And I called from the other room to Miggy, who was in the kitchen. You've got to come in here, Shane just appeared.
How come you didn't call me the other night? I left like 5 messages.
Oh, well, you know, I haven't had my cell phone, so when I go get my cell phone and I check my messages, I will call you.
I remember Eileen and I going, oh my God, she's so perfect. And they're like, I don't get it. I'm like, trust us. She's so perfect. Just give us this one.
The president of the network was in love with Leisha. And I said, you know, you gotta let me have this girl, this Kate Menick girl for Shane. She is Shane. And he said, but I love Leisha. She's just so cool. She's fabulous. She has this effervescence. And I said, how about if we cast Leisha as Alice? We'll reconceive the part of Alice for Leisha. And I'll do that if you let me have Kate as Shane.
I had no hesitation. I don't think that you should ever limit yourself just because a character is gay. Fresh meat.
New blood. Crispy. The more actors that take on those challenges, the easier it will be for everybody.
There just are fewer good roles for actresses. They would rather play a role that really is rich and layered and nuanced and take a chance.
I realized, wow, nothing like that is on television. And, you know, as fate would have it, I wound up getting this incredible job.
Wow. Production of The L Word began in the summer of 2003. With lesbian portrayals finally in sight, they were also very much in mind.
I'm so thrilled to be a part of the show.
It's socially relevant and it's groundbreaking.
It is at its core a lesbian series.
The time hasn't been right.
This lifestyle is the norm.
And the time is now.
The gay, lesbian, and bisexual community need a voice.
It's going to be a historical moment for television because it hasn't been done.
Season 1. Entry. The Jenny character was our access point coming into a lesbian community.
Tim was sort of the bridge, the gap between those two worlds.
Oh, can we go?
Like, I think of first season, I think of that bathroom scene where Marina pushes Jenny up and they have that first kiss.
She was sort of this very placid character who was sort of like a blank slate.
When are you going to make up your mind between dick and pussy? And spare us the gory bisexual details, please.
Well, for your information, Dana, that was the first day of work.
I'm looking for the same qualities in a man as I am in a woman.
Big tits.
I think I overacted my brains out because I felt like I was in a high school play.
We were all still nervous around Jennifer. It's like, Jennifer's the big star. How do you talk to Jennifer? You do it.
Jump in anytime.
Okay. We wouldn't be your friends if we just stood back and let you get so what?
Boring. Aaron, Leisha, and I, whenever we had scenes together, we'd always get together a couple days before and go over them and rehearse them.
That's back when we used to rehearse.
We love you so much.
We love you guys, we do.
Ditto. Love you.
Often you're told the dynamics among women are not that easy, but in fact, we found it to be the opposite. We were just kind of this team of women who cared so much about making these characters come to life and making the friendship seem real.
I had a really great feeling, and I just saw such a beautiful collaboration. I thought, no, this is special.
I would like the shot to move over to this.
People were so excited to be here.
There was just a way that everybody felt like, oh my God, we're doing something really important.
If it's not about learning or exploring or opening people's minds and cultures about the rest of the world, then, what's my purpose?
Well, for me, one of the things that was most appealing was giving that young girl who maybe was growing up in some kind of rural community some representation of a community to which she belonged, but to which she had no access.
I'm so lucky to have you. I actually felt sort of an obligation to try to, one, get my character right and do my character justice, and then so felt an obligation to the gay community.
I know the sex scenes were very thought out and everyone was very nervous and very aware of making them real and not like the typical like tickling lesbians. You know what I'm talking about?
The love scene in the pilot was a reshoot.
I remember having Rose Trochet count to 10 just so we could get the timing right, which just made me laugh hysterically.
Everything was very, very specific, and cut to 6 years later, we're like, whatever.
If we do another love scene, we're gonna have to get out the walkers.
I'm breaking up with her because she took her Medicare, so
We'd be changing on each other in the nursing home.
I check us with her. Her diaper stank.
My greatest responsibility, I feel, is to be as truthful as I can.
We certainly can't represent all lesbians in every end of the spectrum.
I actually don't look at it as pressure. I look at it as the biggest thrill of my life.
I don't feel any pressures right now, but look where we are. We're shooting a series that has an air jet. We don't know what the response is going to be, so right now it's very safe.
It felt like it was a big moment, kind of like when I was younger at camp watching the first moonwalk, anticipating the first L Word show. I think I sort of felt that way.
I remember thinking as I was watching it that it was going to catch on like wildfire.
Seeing it unfold that first season was such a thrill. It was really gratifying to know that our story was being told.
She made me watch the show. I didn't even think about it in the beginning. And I got on the Stairmaster one night, and I just didn't get off the Stairmaster for 4 episodes.
The L Word is really like a lesbian potluck without casseroles. We just immediately had viewing parties.
I remember that I was sitting in my house on my sofa with 4 friends. We were all lined up, anxiously awaiting the moment when the words and pictures came on the screen.
Here was a subject that heretofore had been completely taboo, and here it was coming out on cable television.
The friendships in the show really felt the most solid. They got that right every time.
They're really well-developed characters.
I think my favorite character is Alice. She is so questioning of everything, so determined to get things right.
It's hard to have one favorite character in the L Word.
The fact that straight people watched the L Word from the beginning, and we all knew that, I think that made lesbians like the show even more.
I think it's great that so many straight women are absolutely devoted to watching this show, and I think it's great that men watch it, gay and straight alike.
Oh, my first reaction was, oh shit. I thought it was very sexual and hot show. Did I say too much?
I'd like to thank the L Word for totally dismissing the notion of lesbian bed death. Those girls had sex.
Any of us who've had to watch years of heterosexual sex, it's about time that we be able to see something that relates to our lives.
There are some times when I think my partner enjoys the L Word just a little bit too much.
On a winter night in January of 2004, the series debuted to much fanfare and much press.
It's an amazing pilot. It's an amazing pilot.
Hot, a lot of hot stuff happening. I'm gonna tell my mom not to watch it.
Yes. Lesbianism seemed poised for popularity as the show enthusiastically crashed the mostly straight television landscape.
I remember there being a lot of hype around the show. It's really exciting to see something that especially you're so proud of get all this attention. People have such high expectations, and that can be detrimental at times.
It might arouse a little bit of controversy.
It may be a little over the top.
This is the type of show that will make America ready for a show like this.
We all felt this huge responsibility being the first out of the gate.
We set out to make a good show, to tell good stories, to entertain, and to aspire to the same success that anyone else aspires to who's making a primetime television show. It's for the girls, it's our turn.
While the series was undoubtedly pioneering, its assumed audience felt most left behind. Many lesbians felt the show had failed to deliver on its central promise, to represent the community in an accurate way.
Part of the goal for a lot of us was to make this pretty normal programming. But clearly there were a number of women who were looking to us to represent them, finally.
We saw that in the panel discussions, right off the bat.
This woman stood up and she said, "You don't represent, this show doesn't represent me. Not all lesbians are beautiful and slim and have great careers."
Which was really funny because when we did Go Fish, the complaint was not all lesbians are ugly. You can't please them.
I look to the children, I drank from the fountain, closer I am found.
a show that's the first of its kind. It's very, very important for people to have a voice. The criticism, I think, from the fans is just as important as the praise. You can feel like you still live in a democracy where people can talk about how they want to be represented and what they want to see.
Present for Bet.
Oh my God, that's good. We're really the voice of those women in a weird way. Not completely, because that's impossible, but you have to create something new and something to help push things forward.
Hello, and welcome to the wardrobe department of the L Word.
One component of the show raised all eyebrows, some quizzically. Riding the high heels of Sex and the City, the L Word redressed the lesbian image in very haute couture. But the Birkenstocks and flannel were harder to clean out of the closet than anticipated.
A lot about the show was trying to break out of stereotypes politically, visually, in all those sort of arenas, so fashion just fell into that naturally.
The people on Friends are better looking than most straight people out there, and more witty and charming. The women of the L Word match that paradigm.
Rose Crochet fought really hard to try to keep it as real as possible, but you know how that goes. It's television. What do you do?
I didn't want it to be, a kitchen sink drama at all. I sort of wanted it to be a slightly more realistic. But then again, I'm coming from an East Coast mentality, creating like a West Coast show.
We started to challenge the way lesbians think they should be looking or need to be looking to be able to be identified as a lesbian.
Look at the shoes. Would you wear high-heeled sandals with tapered jeans? Yes? No.
We had to do a show like this because it was the first of its kind. And on that level, I think it had to be a little bit of the fantasy. It had to be a little bit shinier and glossier.
On our show, lesbians do carry purses.
Eileen's version of it is a very enticing world. A lot of people don't necessarily tune into TV to watch gritty reality. They want a bit of escapism.
If I was to envision the show back then, I think everyone would have been in jeans and t-shirts, and I don't think it would have been as dramatic or heightened or soapy or any of those things. And guess what? I think I would have made a really boring show.
Just call me Elise, the bisexual fashion victim. I'm sorry, is my hat too much? A little.
The first response, the first blush, there were a great many women who came at us and said, I don't know any lesbians like this. My thought always was, this is television.
And television it was. The L Word was television where the guest stars aligned.
Yeah!
It was television with a VIP soundtrack.
The stage is always going to be ready.
It was television that hit the road, the open ocean, the slopes, and even the backcountry. It was television in high def.
Punani, dry or not dry, is something we do not discuss.
High definition, that is.
Well, what about cunt? Do you have a problem with cunt?
Twat. Clit. Lady parts. Pretty pink pearl. It. Peeper.
I love pussy.
Tongue trap.
Beaver's also fun sometimes.
I like pussy. Calcutta.
Down there. Yoni.
Naughty bits.
Bald man in a boat.
Lunchbox.
Ha-ha.
Hoo-hoo. Mimi.
Breakfast of champions.
The L Word packed a lot into its life on Showtime. So here it is, 6 seasons in 6 minutes.
Hello. You are just so gay. So gay.
I know. This is Tim. This must be...
Jenny, there are a lot of artists.
Yeah, and a lot of...
Leslie's.
Hope you're good. Excuse me.
We're all connected.
I don't do relationships.
See?
Are you in love with her?
I never want to see you. Listen to me.
Yeah.
My baby. You're getting married?
Where are you?
I'm right here.
Did you hear from Subaru? I did. Just in case you were still wondering.
I was unable to locate a heartbeat.
We need to get a divorce.
I'm Tanya, guest liaison. I'm here to take care of all your needs.
I can't believe I'm about to go down on Dana Fairbanks.
Pleasure is all mine. Take it easy.
I don't have to take it easy. I'm her lesbian lover.
You're kidding.
We will kick ass.
You can't marry Tanya.
Shit's not always in our control.
I'm not ever going to think about her again. Did you fuck all night before you told her I was the love of your life?
I want this baby more than ever.
Nothing's changed. I'm still me. I don't have a plan. That's the point.
You just want to sleep with people. Make them fall in love with you.
It makes me feel good because I'm in charge.
Fuck you.
Okay, that's totally against the rules.
Welcome to the first corporate-sponsored lesbian wedding.
Are you my fiance, Tanya, or are you my manager? So if I was to kiss you again?
This is a dream come true.
What? What are you doing, my girlfriend?
The board has decided to buy out your contract.
Jenny wouldn't know what the real deal was if it bit her in the ass.
That's your baby.
I want to move back into our house.
What do you think about moving in with me?
What?
So lesbian.
Jesus bloody Christ.
You can take the shrine. You can take the shrine. Dana, she needed closure.
What about men? Men.
You do know that we're lesbians, right?
You have a lump.
A lump? Everything's okay. Everything's okay.
I'm going to meet Carmen's mother. I'm gonna act straight.
How pretty.
You want to come to LA with me? Yeah.
I'm lucky enough to be in a position to help you.
Angus, I'm her Manny.
He is one cute Manny.
The one thing I know is how I feel.
Who is it? I want sole custody.
I'm disappearing. What's your screenplay about?
Girl who becomes a boy?
You look really hot.
Maybe it's about yours, Max.
Carmen, this is Sherry.
Act like you have a girlfriend.
Would you marry me?
Yes. Sexual harassment.
Oh my God, you're burning up.
Her blood pressure started to fall. Her heart failed and we couldn't bring her back.
She said that she doesn't expect you to forgive her. It's just who she is.
Fuck you, Bet.
This is not okay. Where the hell are you?
I will take my daughter away from her.
Tar that!
Left your gift. It's on the back porch.
I'll be home now, okay?
I don't like the story.
I want it for Sheldon.
I love Les girls. My agents are here. Tina, you should go talk to them if you want to do this.
Good. So you.
1,150. Where's Pappy?
No more competition, Vanilla.
I think I'm a lesbian, Bet.
I cannot believe you fucked my boss.
I'm not gonna let this get out of hand.
Nobody ever broke my heart before. You're much naughtier than I thought you would be. I've been plenty dirty.
You have a motorcycle? That's cool.
I'll take you for a ride sometime.
I would love that.
I was born a girl.
I don't date freaks.
Since you don't have any insurance, we'll be billing you for the charges direct. Where am I going to come up with that money?
100,000. I'm in the pink. You lost your investment.
Catherine, go fuck yourself.
They fired me from the movie.
I'm taking my son home.
You can't do that.
I'm his father.
I miss you so much sometimes. So into you, I can't handle it.
Okay, you get the fuck off my set.
She's the only person who could possibly direct the picture.
Direct me? Like girls?
I believe I'm being investigated for homosexual conduct.
You wanna know if I'm getting laid?
Is that off limits too?
Tell him to Peabody.
Sit tight. We're gonna get you out.
How?
Don Denbo.
Hi.
This is my lover, Cindy. Welcome to She-Bar.
No drama. You are really lucky that you have Jody.
Maybe you'd like to go out sometime.
You mean like on a date?
Yeah, like a date.
Remember our plan.
Am I ever gonna see you again?
It's on. Fucking on.
We'll take that money.
They took my whole week.
I'm letting it be known, Mr. Brewer, that you're a homo.
Why would you do that?
We are going to make a movie.
What is it that you want?
Cut.
Print. I'm in love with Tina. What? Did you say something? You and I are just fundamentally different.
Fuck!
It's beneath you.
It's really nice for once to be with someone who's a little bit uneducated.
Oh my God, Jenny. You've broken my heart. I want to thank my incredible friends.
I'm gonna only tell you this once, and I suggest you fucking listen to me.
I really love you guys. Really love you guys.
Piece of fucking shit!
You guys have shown me loyalty
Jenny, you stole my idea!
and so much compassion.
Fucking Jenny, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
That's what Like Girls is all about.
You are dead meat, Schechter. Dead.
It means the world to me.
Are you putting on the Crazy Jenny show just to see how far you can push it with me?
And it's changed the way I feel about all of this. Thank you for putting up with me.
Being at the helm of the L Word has been meaningful because of the numbers of people who've come to us to tell us that the show has actually changed something for them.
Be gay, be proud, everybody!
Through the years, the show stayed close to real-life controversy. While California currently staggers through the ongoing fight over gay marriage rights, with even the show's writers and directors protesting the passage of Proposition 8, for years, Bet and Tina have been a representation of what such inequality actually looks like.
Which one of you is the mother?
We both are.
I need you to put one name only.
Are you kidding me?
We go to the hospital and they won't let us both sign up as being
Both their names are on the birth certificate, but they keep asking who's the mother. Well, we both are.
This is Los Angeles. There are same-sex families on every fucking street corner. She was born in this fucking hospital, and both of our names are on the fucking birth certificate. So why don't you just give us a fucking break, you bureaucratic maggot, and get our daughter in to see a goddamn doctor? Please.
That has to go through, a home study to adopt her own child.
As the show progressed, we were able to make more and more progress trying to represent an array of different types of lesbian representation.
There's never been a character, first of all, who is deaf and lesbian on television, so that's certainly groundbreaking in itself. I'm the actor who got the opportunity to play the first deaf lesbian on television. And certainly it's good for all the people out there who are lesbian who happen to be deaf to see something like that.
Anytime we took on something that could be considered an issue, we took it on from the point of view of human drama. Things that occurred in the lives of our characters and therefore became stories in our show.
But arguably, the most controversial storyline was that of a beloved character's fate.
Dana, this is not a death sentence.
Cancer. I think it was March or April, before we went up to shoot in May. So a couple of months before we started shooting. I'm having they found a lump in my breast, and so I'm having it removed. It's routine.
A lump?
I found out within 2 seconds of each other. It was Dana has cancer. It's like, oh my God, that's terrible. Cool, and then she's gonna die. Oh, not as cool for me.
My thoughts on it. I never agreed with it.
Oh, fuck it, what time?
I think, we should all go. Laura's gonna be there. It's fine. Laura's gonna be there. It's okay, really.
That was really hard to accept for not only the cast, but for the viewers to go through, because it was the first time one of these characters went through something that deep.
You're beautiful. We got a lot of feedback, we loved that character. How could you guys do that? She was so great, she was so funny. And the answer is, yeah, she was all those things. And unfortunately, she had cancer.
Are there any special foods that I'm gonna die?
It happened too quickly.
I remember being just like, oh my God, we're just killing this person so fast. And how is this realistic?
People became really fearful. If you're going to give someone breast cancer, let it play out realistically, because it was a very exaggerated time frame for one of that age. And someone who's such a pro athlete to have that, it just didn't seem to measure up.
That's always the battle in television. You have X number of episodes a year. I mean, that's when you wish you had like 22 episodes to be able to handle these things in a good and respectful way.
Hi.
The scene where Dana's lying in her hospital bed and all of her friends are around her, every tear was real. It's very sad for me. I was leaving a family.
We love you.
Had I known how very powerful the reaction would be to Dana's death, I might have reconsidered that storyline.
Her blood pressure started to fall, and in spite of our best efforts, we couldn't bring it back up, and her heart failed.
I believe in the story we told. I think that it was a really good story and true, and I think that we told it with sensitivity and attention to detail, and I think that it was a very important medical story that we told.
It was an incredible experience to be able to play a character that went so deep into her own mortality.
Always inherently linked to women's issues, the series also tapped the zeitgeist of lesbian culture, with the first regularly occurring transsexual character in television history.
When I found out the extent of the role and that I was going to be part of representing a trans character on TV, I understood the weight of that. Not even misrepresented, just like never represented almost ever in the mainstream media.
Jenny and Moira!
Daniela C. has done a really great job.
Welcome home. Come on in.
It's been a challenging character, and I know that she's worked very hard.
Moira, do you go by any other name?
Oh, not really. She sometimes goes by Max.
Max, fantastic. That's a nice name.
It was a very important story to tell.
The story of outsiders in general, people who feel like outside of their own skin and kind of are set apart, that's a pretty universal story, that everyone at least knows someone who's like that, and everyone feels that way a little bit inside themselves.
One of my favorite episodes is the lobster episode.
Just have a salad and a side of fries. How much is that?
$14, ma'am.
Max is coming into this group of women, and it dealt with issues of class. Besides the transgendered issues, which Max really brought to light.
I know something interesting about lobsters. When you cook a pot of male lobsters, and they realize they're in this pot of boiling water, they start making these little ladders and helping each other get out of the pot. But female lobsters, they all just start grabbing each other and they're like holding each other down. They're like, if I'm gonna die, everyone's gonna die. It's a real shame, isn't it? Okay, I would like to state this for the record. I wish that Max could have represented the working class and stayed at that level instead of having to then meet the rest in the glitz and glamour in the second season and wear fancy suits and shoes and everything. But others would say, well, you want to see marginalized people succeed, and that's good to have a good example of someone succeeding in the society as a trans person. So I have to also be willing to concede to other people's wisdoms as well.
With Max in the minefield of gender politics, the character of Tasha landed squarely amid military politics as a soldier battling the don't ask, don't tell policy. Since the 1994 Armed Forces ban on openly gay service people, over 12,500 men and women have been discharged. So Tasha was more than relevant.
Coming out of the military, post-traumatic stress disorder, and all these things that happened, there was so much to be explored in terms of Tasha.
There was no question when we took on the Tasha character that we would do a don't ask, don't tell story.
Commander's recommending your discharge from the United States Army Reserve for homosexual conduct.
The Service Members Legal Defense Network invited us to their gala fundraising dinner. And the thing that was so moving beyond everything else was the way in which people reacted to Rose.
This is my first speech ever, people, so bear with me, okay?
There were so many women and men who came up to her, many of them in uniform. Some of them had been chaptered out of the service, and they would burst into tears and tell her that they never in their wildest dreams imagined that they would see their stories portrayed on television by a character as noble and aspirational as Tasha.
Thank you, especially to all of the gay men and women who are suffering under the don't ask, don't tell policy, and for living your stories of bravery and conviction and letting us, all of us, tell your stories.
It seems so wrong now to have my personal freedom denied to me within my own country. It seems wrong to watch the person that I love be interrogated like a criminal when she did nothing wrong.
To whom are you referring, Captain Williams?
Alice Piasecki, Colonel.
I know that so many other people could relate because it's just such a prevalent issue, and there are so many people who are out there fighting. It really just, it impacts me.
Whether life imitates art or the other way around, we want to stand with you to tell the story, to end don't ask, don't tell. Thank you.
You can't overemphasize how important it is to see representations of ourselves in mainstream media. Even in the most accepting, diverse environment, it can be fairly lonely to be gay in a straight world. And I think the idea that you had sort of this group of friends who you checked in with once a week for so many years made you feel, I think, a little less alone. No matter how many gay friends you had, it just sort of gave you a window into a new community.
I think one of the real great gifts of the L word was that it has totally blown the doors off of arcane stereotypes of the lesbian community.
I remember the backlash that came out as soon as the show aired, and all of a sudden I was reading all these really kind of angry press about lesbians do not look like that.
I think a lot of the discussion about, oh, there really aren't lesbians like this is just purely aspirational and pure fantasy, were mostly written by people who don't know that many lesbians.
Well, I think the show's definitely got rid of the notion that everybody's always in flannel.
It showed to America that some of us wear tool belts, but some of us also wear Donna Karan. And it introduced America to the fact that we come in all different sizes, shapes, colors, wardrobes, and it told America that we can be sexy. Up to that point, with the remarkable exception of Ellen DeGeneres, we were maybe, if we were lucky, the gay best friend, maybe the neighbor next door, more likely the tortured school teacher or the closeted librarian. And more often than any of those, we were completely invisible.
People have found out about lesbian lives. It might not be the full spectrum of lesbian lives, but it's definitely representative of some lesbians. And it's important for people to know that there are lesbians in the world. We need to be very clear with people about who we are, and they'll be all right, and we'll be all right. Everybody will live.
I think one of the great things about the L Word is it brings people into a story of people's lives. It really is not about being gay. It's about being human. It's about getting a job. It's about losing a job. It's about losing a love. It's about gaining a love. It's about all the kinds of things we as human beings experience in life.
I don't think that gay people feel quite as integrated in society as we may look or appear to be. So, gay TV has a place, and hopefully there will be a lot more shows targeted for this audience, by, for, and about this audience that straight audiences end up coming to and liking, but, we'll get the secret jokes better.
The L Word, with all its potent characters, appeared on the horizon of a once representational desert, and the enormity of this sudden visibility became clear at fan conventions, on message boards, and to the filmmakers.
No, but would you sign my underwear for me?
Miss Fairbanks has an appointment, okay?
Excuse me.
I got followed through a grocery store and someone walked up to me and was just like, I just want you to know this really means the world to me. And I sat my mom down and watched the show with her and asked her if she liked the show. And my mom said yes. And I said, good, because that's me. And that's how I came out to my mother. It's like, oh, wow, that's powerful.
That's such a huge part of why we would not be ourselves is that we would be rejected by our families. All of us who embody who we are and then go and face the people we need in life to know are out there, like family, have faith and just be strong in ourselves. I mean, that's what changes the world.
I did this little documentary about a year and a half ago. We went to New York and we interviewed a group of kids who were all gay, and they all happened to be homeless and different varying degrees of homelessness. Not only was that a really profound experience, but it also showed me what kind of impact the show had. They all said it helped them to a varying degree, and I thought, wow, well good, because that's the reason why the show is on the air, and that makes me feel like I did my job.
My husband was invited to a party, and there was this young girl reading. On his way out, the girl gave him this letter and said, can you give this to your wife? And of course, as soon as I read it, I just started crying. She was thanking me for the show and telling me how much it meant to her and how it really was a lifeline. She was emblematic of all the girls that I wanted to do the show for. And I felt so honored to have been of some help to someone.
It's kind of incredible to think how many people, it's not just in the US, it's not just, in North America, it's like everywhere.
Me and my girlfriend went to a lesbian bar in Tokyo.
I met a fan in London who had traveled from Malta.
This American girl comes in and she looks at me and she goes, you work on the L Word.
In Malta, she wasn't allowed to be openly gay in her job.
The L Word is not even in Japan yet, but everybody's watched it online or knew about it, and it was this kind of communal coming together on New Year's Eve.
For her, it was a very big deal, and it was quite early on for me as well. I realized that for a lot of people, especially in that situation, it's a huge deal. It's a huge deal.
This is really touching like every bit of the globe.
That's so huge. Like when you think about that and think about all the people that who feel just a little less alone.
In a society that everybody's been reflected on TV, you've been watching TV since you're a little kid, and you've almost never seen yourself. And then all of a sudden there's like a TV show that reflects you. I think for our society, it's a really powerful thing.
Sunday night offered a watering hole, with friends collecting in numbers small and large to watch the series.
Anyone can relate to a group of friends spending time together and sharing such intimate aspects of themselves with one another. I mean, I think that's one of the universal themes.
It's more fun to experience fun with more people. My friends and I would gather to watch 90210 in Melrose Place, which is how I relate to the viewing parties.
For many years, I complained that I never got invited to an L-Word party. I did finally discover the Falcon, where there's the Sunday night LA gathering.
It is Sunday night. I had to come for my girls.
I mean, we're talking about thousands of people would show up, and they hoot and holler at the screen.
Normally, you only have that as a theatrical experience, you know, if you like sneak into your own movie and watch it.
I was sitting next to a group of girls who didn't know I was there, and I was trying to read their lips to determine whether they were Jodie fans or Tina fans.
I'd like to make a toast. I'd like to make a toast.
And they looked, and they were like, oh my God. And I was like, hi, it's me. The Tina supporters didn't change their mind, even though I was there.
It's nice to finally meet you, Jodie.
You get to see what they hate, and you get to see what they make fun of. The best Sunday night gathering is definitely at Kate's house.
I cook and Rose cooks, and we all, collaborate and have this really yummy meal.
And then make fun of it ourselves. There are so many issues that the show touched upon and then sort of just floated away. Things that we know in real life become big problems or big issues for a person would just sort of vanish, and then you'd show up in your Prada dress the next morning at the Planet and never talk about it again.
Any storylines that should have been handled differently? Can I plead the fifth on that one?
Jenny cutting herself. I can't tell you how many jokes I've heard, thank God there's no cutting. Shane used to have a big drug problem, I guess. I was on pills for a while, and then that magically disappeared.
It could be these new drugs I'm on.
Dogs went missing.
Why do you pee on people?
Girlfriends went missing.
She disappeared into the abyss of the L-Word actors.
My sexuality went missing.
I want a boyfriend who's straight, or I want a lesbian who's a girl.
There's been some beautiful moments that have been very touching, but a lot of the time we're like, oh my God.
It more becomes like a thing of us making fun of each other and just pointing out really goofy things.
Watching the show with the girls was like being at a roast. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
That's Alicia. Alicia's just
We used to always make fun of Kate when we were at Wax. Oh, we're at Wax, Kate. Ooh, Wax. And the skateboarding. I'm like, what was it when Shane regressed to 15 years old?
I just wanted to be cool with skateboard,
We can all do impeccable imitations of each other at this point.
Do you have a pair of sunglasses? Eileen likes to wear her sunglasses around her neck.
Yes. Let me think.
Now, Kate, I want to see the inner turmoil of Shane.
The chart will be erased. And
Mia, let's just take it from the top again. That was great.
When I think of Eileen, I think of a real visionary.
Action.
You can lay around and dream all day, but if you can actualize things that most people would say were impossible, you have a special gift.
To be able to conceive of something and make it manifest in the way that she has is nothing short of amazing.
1, 2, 3. We love you, Valentina!
The very fact that she decided she was going to make a television show about lesbians, who anyone 8 years ago would have said is crazy, it will never fly. I don't think that you can even calculate all the effects of change that that's made worldwide. She made an effort to mostly hire women directors, which in television is almost unheard of. So she made that effort, which has launched a few people's careers. That's the spirit of our community of let's bring each other up and change the world and really show who we are.
The L Word is a testimony to the power of her imagination, to her belief in the power of storytelling, and her commitment to her conception.
What time is it now?
7:47.
Are you collecting a bunch of memories with your flip phone?
Yeah. You gotta shoot a lot of stuff to get a minute's worth of interesting stuff, right?
Shooting the show in Vancouver has a tremendous effect on the closeness of the cast. There's something that happens on location where you're living together and working together. It breeds an intensity and a closeness.
I think it was third season. Mia got Rose Lamb to tell me that a scene that I had shot didn't turn out well, and Eileen was so unhappy with it that I had to stick around and reshoot it for the weekend. No, not right now.
What? Wait, the
camera. I'm just losing it, and I'm getting so heated.
I have a ticket home, Rose. It's my weekend. I'm sorry. I did my job today. I did not change dialogue. I'm out of here.
I changed dialogue.
I think my face turned as red as my shirt.
I mean,
We use
this
the,
is
exactly.
obscene to me.
I mean, we
didn't
can do the
change
scene right
anything.
here on the phone for her right now. We can.
And Rose Lamb, to her credit, is the greatest bullshit artist, and she can keep a straight face like nobody's business.
What is she so up in arms about?
You said what?
Came, not fucking come. We said the word
I said punish.
came, not come.
I
We used
did
the
say-
past tense, not the present.
Yeah. Tell Kate.
Huh?
Huh? Tell Kate.
Huh?
Blooper! Oh my god. This whole thing was a joke.
I got so punked.
I love how you go, not now. Not now. Not now.
We've all just experienced so much with each other, you know, marriages and births and breakups and falling in love, and which make this such a special, unique experience.
Some days at work, I'm not sure if I really acted, because I'm sitting there with Kate and Jennifer and Mia, and we just went to dinner the night before, and it felt exactly the same. Come in, Rach. Rachel.
How come my head?
Oh my gosh.
No, hero.
It's almost operating at a whole other level. It really influences the stories and the acting in a really positive way, that you believe that these people are friends, because they are.
These are for the crew. Gifts for the crew.
Yeah, I am. I sort of feel like I'm like,
Yeah. You guys, this is it.
You getting sad?
Eileen told me that they wrapped sound in stage 1 yesterday. That was it.
No way.
That was it.
Yeah.
That's what Eileen just said. She's like, that's when I felt it, finally, was when they wrapped yesterday.
Oh, really?
No more Planet, no more Bettina, no more Jenny Shane.
They've already
Yeah,
torn
the
down
planet's
your.
halfway down. My
Your apartment's been gone for
packed up.
ages.
Really?
Yeah. It's like immediate.
It's starting to slowly hit me, like little things hit me.
Like what?
Like hearing sound stage 1 is no more. That's kind of wild.
That's
We spent
crazy.
so much time in there. And God, the hours and hours we spent in there.
It really feels like graduating.
Yep. Grade school.
Yeah, it does. Hi, we're trying. Come in. We're trying.
I can't. I'm locked out.
We got these for Eileen. First edition of Desert Hearts. Do you know that? This is the first lesbian writer.
Just like family, everybody knows you. They know what you're like when you have a bad day. They know what you're like when you have a good day. They know your little quirks. I feel like these are my elementary school friends because it's been this many years.
We've all known each other for so long, you know? Yeah. I've known everybody for 4 summers. That's a long time. That's the longest job I've ever had.
Okay, Bill.
The biggest thing on the top of my list is, God, I'm gonna miss this guy. I just think about Max as a friend of mine. And it might sound bizarre, but it's like how characters in books feel like a friend.
I don't think I'll completely say goodbye to Bet. I think hopefully in an argument, I'll just have to ask her to step forward.
That's so fulfilling as an actor to come to work and just love who you play.
I'm gonna miss her, but also I think it's time just to shed that skin and move on.
Have you cried?
No. I cried with Rose Trichet, actually.
I did too.
She nearly set me off.
She set me off. I didn't think she would, but the second I hugged her, I was just works.
I just can't quite believe I'm not going to see you guys in a week. I mean,
But we'll see each other for sure. I mean,
yeah, of course we will.
I mean, it's not like we're all going off to different planets, like Earthlings.
What's Earthlings?
The L word. What does it stand for?
My favorite L word in this experience has been the laughter.
Letting go.
The L word is home for so many people.
A little bit of a revolutionary, big, huge step for our people.
Longevity. I'd like to think that the show hope maybe stand the test of time.
For 6 years, it's been a vision, a labor, an event. It's meant that lesbians have seen their lives front and center on TV. And it means that anything is possible now.
It's still always love for me.
Close second, lesbian, but first and foremost, love.
I'd like to say love.
Perhaps the success of the show lay not only in the dedication of its cast and crew, or the devotion of its fans, but in the truth that love is the universal agent of synthesis. The series showed love as it is, as it looks like, as it can be, and it worked.
Once you have something on television in a scary way, it all of a sudden is valid.
If you look at the, how many shows which are just heterosexual shows about families and this paradigm, my God, we're just asking for a show.
The L Word is a reminder that love actually will find a way.
Making this experience the most special experience I've ever had.
My view of the world expanded. I learned a lot about working with people. I just think I became much more confident. I grew up on the show. I'm a different person walking away than I was coming here. My mind is more open. I'm bigger. I'm bigger inside.
Whole era of my life, it's come to mean a great working experience, a learning experience.
I've had a lovely, fantastic 5 years experience with all you guys because you made it really good and you've all just been beautiful to work with, so good luck to all of you. You've all been so patient with us and you work really fucking hard, so.
Will we have the chance to be on another show that's as groundbreaking, as female-dominated, that lasts for 5 years and challenges you as much as this? I don't know. It might be one of those once-in-a-lifetime, once-in-a-career experiences.
Even if we get on a new series, we're hard-pressed to have an experience like this. This was a really unique experience, a really life-altering experience.
I'm not about to say goodbye to the L Word. My own particular process is not to deal, not to say goodbye.
You have to make a speech. Do you like how bossy I am?
I never, in my wildest dreams, imagined that this could happen. And I will be eternally, eternally grateful to all of you for giving something back to the world that has truly made a difference.
The L Word has been a very special part of my life.
I have great memories, friends for life. I don't say goodbye. I say see you later.
You guys are all individually so wonderful, and as a group and a team, I'm just so proud of everybody and everything that we've done. Thank you very much.
Everything has its cycle. I think it's appropriate for us to be ending now, but the beauty of storytelling and the beauty of film and television is that it continues on.
What will I tell my daughters about the L Word? I will tell them that this amazing job was offered to me and I took it.
I'll tell her that we told stories about these women who were friends, and you don't always see eye to eye, but you do your best to communicate and stand up for yourself and stand up for one another. And we tried to tell stories that would help people.
I will tell them exactly what my mother told me, is it doesn't matter who you fall in love with, as long as you just have love in your life. It'll be a different world for them. And this will be a little piece of that change.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Beals.
And I'm Laurel Holloman.
You've just taken a walk through our past.
And now welcome to the bittersweet present, the final episode of the L Word.
We can't dwell too much on goodbyes. We just look upon all of this with gratitude for the rich characters we were able to portray, the friends we made, and the many things we learned from you.
It's true. None of this would have been possible without you. So cozy up and enjoy the final episode of the L Word, and know that your passion fueled ours all along the way.
Hi, it's Leisha. Just one more thing. Stay tuned after the final episode because we have a little secret for you.